What is up, everybody? Logan, congratulations on first. Pyro, congratulations on second. Actually, when I sit up straight, it needs to be a little bit higher. How's everyone doing? I love this song. Koichi, welcome in. Congratulations on It's Not a Competition. Who's counting anyway? Farm, what is up? How are you, my friend? I'm cold. I'm cold too. I'm cold too. It's like wet and rainy in Japan, at least where I live, and cold. So it's like it's actually not that cold compared to like, it's going to be colder tomorrow, but because it's wet, it's like a different kind of cold, you know? It's a cold that kind of gets into your bones a little bit more. And yeah, not a fan. Gonna be honest. Not a fan. We'll probably grab a hoodie or blanket. You need to get that hoodie. Busy day at work, still catching up? Oh yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Good, heading out to work. Very nice. Wet and rainy, cold here too. Yeah. Yeah, even in Tokyo too. Yeah. But I'm doing good. You know, you guys, I was on the phone with Logan earlier. It was a nice time. Nice catch-up chat. We can just use... So today we are doing more mixing like we did yesterday for Jam Selection Volume 2. Let's see here. Sorry, Jam Selection Volume 3. What's the track we got to work with today? Well, we have a few tracks that we'll do. But yeah, it's eat soup kind of cold. Exactly. Tomorrow's like -6. In Tokyo, it's going to be that cold? Are you serious? It's not going to be that cold here tomorrow in Hitachi. Pull up the weather. So tomorrow, it's going to be like 0 here, but the cold is going to be like the coldest part. But like, as you guys can see, so this is cold here. This is the coldest the lows have been this whole winter, like 22. Man, that's cold. Samui desu ne. Oh, I like this track. Okay, so let's just get started. Saturn. Samui. Sam. Logan, if you name your son Sam, you can call him Sam when it's cold. Huh? Huh? Probably your wife's not going to be down with that. But yeah, it gets colder in Tokyo than it does up here in Hitachi, which is funny because we're like way further north, but since we're right on the ocean, it's not as cold. This actually is even the same for where Logan used to live, in a city called Mito, which is further south than us. It's kind of the same. It gets colder there than it does here. That ocean, man, it just keeps you cool in the winter, or cool in the summer, and warmer in the winter. It's quite nice. Way too loud, obviously. Oh. Something like that. I can kanji. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Yep, that's how nice Hitachi is. Yeah, Koichi. Good dog. Good dog. Other people who don't. I'm not super familiar with that kanji, but that is right. I know that one. The Samui one. I know that one. The cold one. The non-Japanese people here are like, what is happening in this chat? Don't worry, everyone. No one's saying anything bad. Yet. Not yet. Such a niche convo going on. Yeah, it is a very neat... Not only are we talking about local weather, but then we're like switching between multiple languages to talk about local weather patterns. It's great. Everybody left. Everyone's just like... Okay. Yeah, right? Right, Pyro? It's just like, this is a very weird conversation that we're having. But, you know, it's fine. It's cold. Guys, it's so dark in here. I have a light on. I have a softbox light that I never use while I'm streaming. I have a big softbox right over there. That usually, especially on a sunny day, I don't need to use it because I don't use the overhead light because it like gets this weird glare on my desk. But not just that, but then also, usually even when it's not sunny, like there's just enough light coming from the window that I don't need to use this light. And today it was like clearly too dark. And so I was like, oh man, I gotta like, it's not even plugged in. I had to plug in the light. Pyro. Yeah, that's for you, Pyro. Well, Pyro was learning Japanese from Chiho Koichi for a while. So she may know some. Probably. Let's get that nice rhythm in there. I was enjoying it. Got to hit those books again. Yeah, you know, well, see, but here's the other thing, right? So for those who don't know, Pyro is a fluent Spanish speaker. Would you say, Pyro, would you say that Spanish is your native language? Or would you say it's like kind of both, English and Spanish? But Pyro is already bilingual, so like that definitely helps. Way too loud. Let's throw some RC20 in here. Hitting those more fun. It's complicated because I think in English, but Spanish was my main language for many years and the first language I spoke. I feel that. You know, Chiho even says that she thinks in English, which I find to be very crazy. That she often thinks in English. I know, right? Weird. She dreams in English sometimes. She thinks in English. I mean, it makes some sense because she's like, you know, we only speak English in the house. So, like, when she wakes up in the morning, she speaks English. Yeah, Koichi's like, yeah, that happens. Yeah, like, it's interesting. Yeah, let's go. How about this? Let's just do a long fade out to like, we'll do an 8-bar fade out. A whole 8 bars. Something like this. Oh, what's up, Boss Quest? Welcome in. When I was learning Japanese in college, there was a time that my dreams were only in Japanese. That was a weird time of my life. I mean, I can imagine. That sounds really strange. I've had dreams where I do speak Japanese or people speak Japanese, but it's never been like only in that language. If I'm having a conversation in Spanish, my thought process is still happening in English. Whoa, that's really interesting. I'm like probably the least bilingual in this whole group. We got Logan, we got Pyro, Boss Quest, Koichi. You all are like actually bilingual. I mean, compared to someone, I guess, compared to some people, I'm very bilingual. That's like the hard part, right? I know a lot of bilingual people. Compared to some people, I'm very bilingual. But then compared to others, like, I'm not bilingual at all, right? Oh, this track turned out really nice. I love this track. What a great first track to mix, right? Oh, that was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was also very easy. Easy to mix. It's awesome. Let's just bounce it. Oh, it's 160. Geez. It's fast. All right, let's go ahead and open our mastering file, close that, save it, skip this. Let's see here, Jam 5, boop. All right, we're just gonna measure the loudness of this track. Oh, thanks for that follow. We have anonymous follows on here, so if you would like to say something, feel free. But if not, no worries. Welcome in. Able to speak more than one language is pretty cool sometimes. Yeah, it is pretty cool, I think. It's a cool skill for sure. It would be cooler if I could do it better, but then like I also am not studying, so I could do that probably better too. 20.9, so 6.9. Almost 7. All right, here we go. Very well. You had to learn it. I grew up into it, so I didn't require as much discipline or effort. That's true. That is true. After a certain point, I suppose. Also, Spanish and English are close. I feel like after not even really studying Japanese that much, I don't want to make it sound like Spanish is an easy language, but from English, I feel like I could probably really crush Spanish way easier. You know what I mean? Like, before, when I didn't try to learn Japanese, Spanish just seemed impossible to me. You know, like, I don't get it. Like, what do you mean the sentence structure is not exactly the same as English? Like, so I don't just have to learn new words, but I have to learn this and I have to learn this. It just seemed like way too much. But after, like, living in Japan and learning Japanese, I'm like, I probably could pick up Spanish now. If I studied it, probably could pick it up pretty well. 14. This is Jam 4. That's it. That's how I feel. I mean, I don't know if that's the truth, but it... Wait. Cancel. This is Jam 5. I'm over here saying Jam 4. Also, I think your pronunciation would be way better now because it's similar to Japanese. Japanese. That's true. That is true too. It is closer. Let's see. Jam volume 3. Probably. I mean, I'm not gonna try and, you know, sound like I'm, you know, I'll try, but also like I'm not gonna be like, listen, guys, I'm trying way too hard. No bueno. Koichi knows some Spanish, which is funny. Koichi knows some. Well, that was one of the things. I don't know if I told you this, Pyro. Oh, hold on. Let me go back. Hold on 1 second. I don't know if I told you this, but like I also would have said before, I don't speak any Spanish. But now I'm like, that's not true. You know, because like, for example, so like, you know, growing up in Chicago, there's a lot of Latinos speaking Spanish. And I remember we had some friends over, and one of them, he's Colombian, and he was on the phone with his dad in America speaking Spanish. And I could like pretty much understand his conversation, right? Like he was talking about, oh, like, well, now that the kids are in school, you know, da-da-da-da-da, like he has time for this, da-da-da. And it was just interesting because, like, Koichi knows some Spanish. Like, he knows no bueno, and he knows, like, you know, some greetings and stuff like that. But, like, I just understood it. Yeah, or, like, watching Spanish videos. Like, I can understand what they're saying. So it's interesting because, like, before, I would have been like, oh, I don't speak Spanish at all. I don't speak any Spanish. I don't understand any Spanish. But now I'm like, no, like, actually I do. Like... And again, part of that is like nice because we have a lot of shared stuff. Yeah, ¿qué pasa? Yeah, yeah. Koichi's throwing out the Spanish he knows. ¿Qué pasa? Yeah. But like, yeah, like it's an interesting thing. Related languages is interesting too. Let's see. Jam selection volume 3. Jam 5. Ba-ba-da-ba. Okay. Oh, Jam 6. We got 20 of these guys. We got 20 of them. Oh, snap. And there's 7 tracks on this one. Okay. Okay. 120. Yeah, I know. So we'll throw that vinyl crackle that we've been using. There we go. That's -13. Or just admit you've known Spanish the whole time. But, you know, I think it's the mindset. It's the mindset, right? Because, like, I would have said before that I didn't, right? Because I had, like, a really, I think, a different idea of, like, what knowing a language is. Like, I thought that, like, in order to say I know a language, I need to be able to have conversations in, like, really long sentences, right? But that's, like, not what it is. Is this the same? Wait. Hold on. Didn't we kind of do something like this? Done. See, I want to make sure it's not exactly the same. No, okay, it's like that weird syncopated version. Okay. All right, this is like 4 on the floor. Okay. Okay. Got it. Let's see. Did you ever learn Tagalog? I did not. My mom's native language is actually called Ilonggo. And my mom says I used to speak Ilonggo when I was little. But with her and my grandparents. But that when I started going to school, they all started just speaking to me in English. And that I pretty quickly dropped the language, is what my mom says. Anyway. So I do not speak Ilonggo. And then even I like wanted to learn it at one point. And I was going to learn Tagalog. And my mom was like, why would you learn Tagalog? Like, that's not like the native language of our family. So she was like of the mind that she was like, you might as well just speak English. Like, if you're going to learn Tagalog, you might as well just speak English because like they speak English too, you know, like, and it's not like the language you're talking about isn't their native language anyway. So when I really wanted to learn Tagalog, my mom talked me out of it. Do you think you'd be able to learn it for the same reason Spanish? I do actually. But the thing is with Ilonggo is that it's not as widely spoken of a language as like English or Japanese. And so there's not as many easily like accessible resources to learn the language, like unless you're there, right? Yeah, I know. Can you believe that? My mother was like, nah. Yeah. Well, even Spanish is easier, right? But yeah, like some of these like more localized like languages, it's pretty hard to actually get resources to learn them. Well, and also for reference, an interesting thing, you basically cannot learn Japanese unless you're learning from Korean, Chinese, or English. Like, they really don't have resources from other languages to learn it. So like, we have some friends who are Italian, and they learn Japanese from like an English perspective, basically, which I find that to be very interesting too. It's actually not so high. It's very pretty. We'll throw this on. I've been using this sad piano a lot, but it's just so nice. Oh my goodness, Melodic Button Mash coming in with a raid. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders. How are you? Melodic, how was your stream? Do that. Let's hear this really quick. We're welcome in Melodic, welcome in a Wild Harley, Boss Quest, thank you. Welcome in everybody. Hi. Here, let me play some music really quick. Hi guys, if you don't know me, my name is Johnny Bailey. You know what, this song is kind of a weird one for this. Yeah, this one will work. Hold on, it's gonna be loud. Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Johnny Bailey. I'm an independent music producer. I grew up in Chicago and I'm currently living in Japan. We normally stream music production, which is what we're doing today, but we also play games. But this month is January, or Jamuary for musicians, so every single stream is going to be music making. We spent the first half of the month making beats that we are going to turn into a jam-themed album. This is actually the third time we've done this. We've done this 3 years in a row, so this album will be Jam Selection Volume 3. So right now we're just kind of mixing and mastering some tracks, and this album will be out in March. But if you don't know, I also make DMCA free music. Thank you for shouting out, Melodic. Make DMCA free music, so you can check that out. I have some links in my chat over there. And also just listening really helps me out. I am a musician by trade, so I appreciate it. Let me get you another shout out as well. Interesting. What do you mean you don't recognize that? Anyway. But welcome in, everyone. How was your stream? It was good, thanks. We completed the story on Just Shapes and Beats and then switched to Marbles. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it and enjoy my music. Awesome. Thank you. But welcome in, everybody. And yeah, if you guys need to run or anything like that, feel free to do that. We're just in here vibing, mixing, talking about language. Is anyone in the chat bilingual? Is anyone in the chat bilingual? That's a good question. And if you are bilingual, what languages do you speak? I am kind of, or are you more than bilingual? Are you trilingual maybe? I don't know what's for. At that point, you just start saying multilingual. I am barely bilingual compared to some. But then compared, like some people would be like, oh wow, you're totally bilingual, but compared to some, not really. So for drums, again, we do kind of the same thing. For drums, we just saturate it. And then just... I'm a smidge over bilingual, a bit under trilingual. Ooh, very nice, Boss Quest. English and Spanish were the languages spoken in my house, and then I learned some Japanese in college for the heck of it. See, that's just like Pyro. That sounds awesome. I wish that I would have stuck with my mom's native language. You know, like, I think it would have been useful. And even from that, right, like, even though my mom said, like, oh, like, if you learn Tagalog, it's not our native language, so, like, what's the point? I feel like I'd have a decent starting point for learning Tagalog, too. I don't know. It would have just been real different. So I kind of wish I had done that. I wish I had, but, you know, you can't change it, so it's fine. Let's hear that one more time. Ooh, awesome. English and French in mine. Very nice, Harley. Can I call you Harley? That's really cool. I'm not bilingual, but I was starting to get pretty close to gaining fluency in Italian. I mean, I would say you're bilingual if you were close to gaining fluency. I haven't practiced in a long time. I mean, it's like a muscle, right? Like, if you start to, even if you start to forget, you can, like, you start to pick it back up. I'm not bilingual compared to those half-picks. Right. Koichi, you are totally bilingual, though. Your English is really good. But I took Spanish in high school because of living in an English-Spanish region. That's cool. Well, and Spanish and French are related, right? They're both Romance languages. So while they're not, of course, the same language, they have a lot of similarities, too. Which is cool. Oh, that's what's up. That's really cool, Harley. French is a language I feel like I would never be able to speak properly. They are, and you can call me Harley. Thank you, thank you. I feel like I would never be able to speak French properly. Like, the pronunciation of it is just hard. It's just hard. At least coming from an English background, it just is really... It's hard to even try without sounding like a try. I don't know. It's just hard to do. Like, and it's also hard. Sometimes people aren't very encouraging about it. Like, I used to try to say French words properly, and, like, people would just really give me a hard time about it. So I just, like, say them the English way. Let's see. Ugh. I am in love with this reverb combination. All I remember of French are numbers and how to say I do not speak French. That's a good one. That's a good one to know. Too many letters they don't pronounce. In Italian, you pronounce everything, and there isn't anything you're supposed to pronounce that isn't written. That sounds nice. Oh, what's up, Link? Guys, Link is a friend of mine from the Poppy Plum community and a fellow streamer. Do give Link a follow. He's not affiliate yet. And definitely worth it. Why is it like saying the shoutout command? Why is the shoutout command not working? What is happening with my OBS? Here, what if I do it from here? That time it worked. Weird. My OBS is just being weird. I rated to someone who ended stream within seconds of me rating. Very classic. Classic. It happens. It happens. No big deal. It's good to see you. How was the rest of your stream? But guys, do check out Link, who's a friend of the channel. And again, not an affiliate yet. So if you want to help Link out and give Link that follow, I would deeply appreciate it. We love to support people on Twitch and help them at least reach affiliate, if not more. I've done that before. I've never ended stream when someone raided, but I have definitely raided to like someone that was like, I gotta go, Johnny, sorry, bye. And I was like, bye. Do I like all this? Hold on. I feel like it would be better if we cut from here. Maybe. No, from here. Sorry. And do this. Maybe, hold on. What if we keep the hi-hats too? What if we do something like that? Like, no, she was already offline by the time Lori ran through. Ooh, man, yeah, sorry about that. I've started using the stop raids for 1 hour button to avoid getting raided as I'm about to raid out, because, yeah, agreed, it's awkward. I appreciate the shout. Oh, of course, Link. Of course. Okay, hold on. Of course, we love supporting each other and all of the good things here. We'll delete that. Unmute this. So now, we could probably start from the top. Of course. That's not a bad idea. Stop raids for an hour. Where is that button? Melodic. I usually just end up staying. I'll do like another thing. Or sometimes, you know what I usually do is I'll play piano for 5 minutes. I'll play piano for 5 minutes, and that's usually good enough. And then I'll be like, sorry, guys, I do have to run. Z, welcome in. How are you? Guys, do check out our good friend Commander Zion, who is also a streamer and friend of the channel. How are you? Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate. Appreciate that. Oh, thank you for that follow. Again, we have anonymous follows on here, so don't worry about saying anything unless you want to. Feel free. But thank you. I appreciate you. So I started doing the anonymous follows thing from our one of the friends of the channel, Alina Inverse, who I love very much. She's a fantastic streamer. Definitely check her out. And she does that. And then, like, I know people who know her have also started doing it. Not only is it nice for people who are nervous about speaking that, like, you don't, like, directly call them out. You can still say thank you without, like, directly calling them out. But it's also nice in that it saves you from really, like, not knowing how to pronounce things, right? A Wild Harley, that's an easy one. But, like, some of them are hard. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't know. Doing a bit better. Streaming chair. Ooh, streaming chair. Let's go. On the dashboard manage stream page, you might have to hunt down the option under quick actions. Huh. Gotta go. All right. Love you, coach. I'll see you later. All right, guys. That seemed pretty good. I wasn't listening. Honestly, I wasn't listening. Let's do that again. Or quick actions. Let's look at this. Stop raids for an hour. Look at that. What? I'm adding it. I don't use that dashboard very much. I've been moving over to using OBS, but I'm definitely adding it. All right, yeah, I like that. Okay, that's good enough. 65.1. Jam 6 unmastered. Throw that here. I forgot to delete that out of there apparently. We'll bounce it. What time is it? 12. You know, one of the things that probably to me the biggest bummer about taking over my wife's English classes while she's on maternity leave isn't really teaching the classes. Like the teaching the classes, that's fine. But it's more I really need to keep a track of time. Is kind of the hard part. So like, and I just get stressed about it, you know, like, oh, what time is it? Like, oh, do I need to go? Do I not need, you know, kind of a deal. Feelings. Let's see. Because I have to go straight from stream to go teach some classes and, you know, that kind of stuff. So I find myself looking, you know, like, oh, what time is it? What time? Okay, we're good. We're still good, though. I'm not nervous right now. So again, what we're doing here is we're just raising the level to -14, which is like the standard on Spotify. A lot of them have different ones, but I just, you know, I just mastered to Spotify because I'm too lazy to master to every different streaming service. That just sounds insane. Like, who would do that? I know some people do, but that just, no. I could never. Oh, thanks, Z. Appreciate you. It's quiet. Have you guys noticed it's always like -20 or -21? -21, that's easy. It's just 7. Like it's at least I'm consistent in the level I mix to. Hold on. Thanks, Link. Appreciate you. So I'm in this Discord, the Poppy Plum community Discord, or not Mag, sorry, Link. Thanks, Link. And Link is streaming, and I was like, oh hey, he's streaming right now. Everyone, let's go check him out. And he just did the same for me. Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, I really appreciate it. I play plays basically all your lo-fi. I never have to adjust the volume. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oh, guys, I want to be really honest with you right now. Thank you so much for telling me that. For real, thank you so much, because it is debatable whether or not you should do that. So I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for telling me that. I'm literally going to tell people that you said that, because so far the listener, when I have that conversation with producers, is like a nebulous, not real person, right? Because some people say that like for my mastering process, I always mastered at the same level, and people are like, oh, like, why do you do that? Blah, 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 like that kind of stuff. And, oh, you don't need to do that. They can just adjust it, is what, like, literally people told me. They can just adjust it to whatever they want, if it's too loud or if it's too quiet. And, my thing is, like, been like, well, I don't want to make people do that. Like, if someone's listening, it's partially for my own music, but partially just in general. Like, I don't want my music to be too quiet. That, like, you know, they're listening to something else, and then my song comes on and it's quiet and they got to turn it up. I don't want that. Or vice versa. I don't want my song to be loud and then the next song to come on and it's too quiet. You know, like, I want things to be kind of more uniform for the listeners. So thank you guys so much for saying that, because that, like, legitimately is a conversation I have with people who have differing opinions than mine on whether or not I should be, or like musicians should need to do that. For sure, it's really nice to have song volumes back. Thank you. Yeah, like, I don't know, because that's how I feel about it, right? Yeah, it's just nice that when you're listening to something, you're not, like, constantly changing the volume of, like, oh, this one's quiet, let me turn it up. Oh, man, that's way too loud, let me turn it down. Like, nobody likes that, right? And again, that is a conversation amongst music producers of, like, no, it's fine. Or, like, it's not fine. It's weird. Plus, when you use it for streaming, you don't have to constantly adjust it or keep a limiter on. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for... I feel so seen. Thank you for validating my decision on that. And again, we listened to it again after all of this. Yeah, you just said it, Jamuary. Exactly. We listened to this again just to make sure it renders properly. You know, sounds weird to say, I've had it just make mistakes that you just have to do it again. Like, just hit export again. So you listen to it just to make sure that it doesn't do that. A lot of the time I have music on in the background and volume changes, it's very jarring or disrupts my flow. Yeah. Even if I'm not doing that, I don't want to have my eardrums blown out. Exactly. What I don't like is when you're listening to music and you have a good thing, and then it's like, oh, now you're like, wait, am I still listening to music because the track is so quiet? Then you crank it up, right? Okay, I just turn it up. Exactly. That's my main issue with commercials. Then the music's at one volume. Then they like to make the commercials like this, right? Like, and it's... Exactly. Then it's cranked up, and either the next song or a commercial or something comes on, and then you're like, whoa, that's way too loud. Let me turn it down. Would not recommend. Just, yeah. So, like, for me, I was like, man, if there's something I can do to kind of just, like, even some of that out. And you guys see the process. Like, it's not, I mean, it takes time. That's probably the biggest thing, and that's the argument to not do it, is that takes time. That's it. Like, there's not a faster way to do this, actually. Like, this, the way I'm doing it, this is how you do it. And so, you know, if you listen to it, if it's a 2-minute song and you have to listen to it 3 extra times, that's 6 minutes, right? Which doesn't sound like much, but, like, depending on how much you're doing. And that's if you only do it one time, right? So people make that argument to save time. You just don't worry about it. Like, the listener will handle that for you. But I don't know. I'm not getting paid by the hour, but at the same time, it's, hey, you know, like, it's just nice. It's a nice thing. And also, like, I listen to my own music, so, like, I'm happy to do it for myself even. What is this track? Or movies where all the important dialogue is stupid quiet and then the action scenes are deafening. Oh, it adds up. It adds up. Yeah, exactly. It adds up, like, that amount of time. Hello. Where the dialogue is quiet and the action is deafening. You mean like literally every Christopher Nolan movie? Like, man, that's hard. Like, so in my house, we have a bilingual house. Often when we watch movies, we're watching movies with Chiho, who's a native Japanese speaker. And while her English is great, we often watch with Japanese. If we're watching an English thing, we watch with Japanese subtitles. And if we're watching a Japanese thing, we watch with English subtitles. And we watch English stuff with Japanese subtitles. So some of those things we don't have the option to turn on subtitles because it's in Japanese, right? Oh, brutal. So I'm sitting there straining to listen, you know? Okay, this track's interesting. Okay, let's get started. So we got this very beautiful, like stringy paddy sound. I don't know if beautiful is the right word. I like it, but it definitely is a sound. Why don't we call it that? It's a sound. Let's see. We're going to throw RC20 on it just to give it a little extra color. And there's a preset I like to use called No More Boring Pads. We'll take the space out of it because we don't need the reverb. And honestly, there's enough noise in the patch. We don't need noise. So we're just adding wobble and a little bit of distortion, which we already added. And this magnetic, we'll turn that up. Yeah. And we'll actually turn the magnitude down, which is just like kind of the control for everything. We'll turn that down, maybe 65. And then, now that we've done all of this, some of those frequencies I find to be rather grating. These right here. That. But maybe we can also just... We can also just turn it down. But let's just turn those frequencies down because that's just a lot. I will check chat in a second. Let me just throw these reverbs on really quick. So for this one, we're going to do reverse what we normally do. Normally we do the vintage plate reverb as like higher than the big one, the supermassive one. But the supermassive one has like these really nice little artifacts in it. So we're going to turn that up. And I don't think we're going to use this dotted eighth delay, but I'm just going to throw it on anyway because we're going to use it on other stuff. Because I love dotted eighth delays. It's like half of my music sound is just a dotted eighth. Let's see. It's a sound. Yeah, it's a sound. It's a sound. Okay. Let's turn that down. It doesn't need to be loud. Honestly, if it's quieter, we may not need to have that EQ. This whole thing, we're gonna mix it like probably a little bit quieter. So we'll saturate this. Let's see. Oof. Man, that 808, like I got like two different 808s going. Pretty. Right? Interesting. And again, we're just doing the same bass sound and everything because we want it to sound, we want the album to sound cohesive. And when you don't have lyrics and stuff, one of the easy ways to make it sound cohesive is to use similar sounds for stuff. Ooh, yeah, like right there. I love this sound so much. I mean, obviously I love this sound because I use it for literally everything. I don't know if you guys have noticed that yet, but it's just so beautiful. How can you not love it? I want to mix from this normal one. What is it going to sound like with this wonderful... Yeah. See? Nice long. Let's see here. I feel like what I'm planning on, what I was expecting myself to do is this for these tracks, because it just does not sound the way I want. That's much better. We'll do hi-hats first. Woo! We don't have a lot moving. I've not been focused so much on movement like I was. It's like kind of an older thing I used to do. Always have some kind of movement. I think this is the punch-in effects, because I usually record these in with no effects. Again, just a really good rule of thumb is that snare should be mixed higher than hi-hats. Why is that the rule of thumb? I have no idea. But that was advice given to me, that snare should be louder than hi-hats, and I like it. I think it sounds very good when they're louder than the hi-hats. I think that sounds good. Well, let's hear it from the top before we wrap up this track. No, that's like way too loud to see. Seer, that's right. Anav Seer is the gaming community I'm a part of. It's Hebrew. It means humble ambassadors. We have our card there. We're a gaming community, kind of a stream team, you know, unofficial stream team. You can check us out right here. Here, I'll actually pull it up. This is Anav Seer. Intentional Community, Honorable Gaming. These are the members. We've got DJD, the Produce Farmer. I'm over here. It's H. Liar, Pyro, Keycat, Alteric, Stringbean, Maya, Toey, Sir Elkhorn, Chloe, Febreze, Tuna, Alahobia, and Chiho. And so we are a community. So we have an Instagram. We have our Discord here. We actually have a shop here as well. We are a community who is... Oh my gosh, Blue, welcome in. Thank you for that hydrate. How are you? Appreciate you. Guys, Blue is also a streamer. Do check out Blue Eyed Nerd, friend of the channel. Anav is a... I don't know. It's hard, like family friendly. We're not quite like, you know, clean, I guess, community of gamers. We started a long time ago. DJD, Farmer, Hayden, H. Lear, and I, we've known each other now since like the Halo 3 days, like more than 10 years ago. We started playing video games online together, and you know, started as a bunch of friends playing Halo and turned into something more over the years. And now, you know, we've got a lot more members. You know, we have an awesome larger community as well. So like, you know, a bunch of those people are streamers, so they have their own micro communities centered around them. But then we have our larger Anav community as well, which I love very much. Great people, good times. One of the big things about Anav that people talk about is, you know, we're family friendly. So any Anav streamer, you know, you can have on maybe not the game they're playing necessarily, because like some people still play like pretty mature games, but in general, no like lewd content or anything like that, you know, pretty clean stuff. And yeah, I love them very much. I actually run the Anav Instagram, and yeah, but I've been better. I'm doing okay. Good to see you. It's good to see you too. I'm sorry to hear that Things have been better, but I hope things continue to go well. My wife's appointment checking on the twins went well. That's what she's texting me about. All of that to say, it's a long answer for its unofficial stream team. We don't actually like to say that because a nav is more than just a stream team. We were something before we were streaming. We used to game together. And we still do. And so a nav is, you know, it's really a gaming community. So if anyone wants to join the Discord, do check it out. You can join it from the nav card, but you can also join it from that. And I know that link looks super sus, but it is the correct link. Look, if you click that link, it takes you to this page. Okay, so that is the correct link. That link is just a joke, but you know, it's easier than having a weird Discord link, right? I've noticed something. When it's cold, I can get pretty burpy, and I don't know why. Am I dying? Oh my gosh, you guys. There are like so many people online right now. Yeah, all right. So we're at negative 21.5. So 7.5, I believe is the correct math for that. Let's go. That's awesome. It's really great to have. It is really great. It is really great. And like a lot of us, you know, we've been friends for a long time. That's really nice as well. Is so hyper chill that I don't know where it would go in the track. Like deciding the track list, deciding names, deciding a track list is all really it's a whole nother animal. This music is just what my anxiety needed to hear. I'm glad to hear that, Blue. I'm glad I can help with that. Shadow, welcome in. It is good to see you. How are you? I'm doing well myself. You know, just enjoying music making. But yeah, this track, Blue, is a vibe. You can tell I thought it was a vibe because normally I end my tracks at like 64 measures or like 6 patterns of 8. This one I did 10 patterns, so it's 80. Oh, you're a vibe. Oh, thank you. Beautiful. I love this one a lot. What is this one? Number 7? Jam 7? Beautiful. But Shadow, I'm doing well. How are you? The addition of vinyl crackle onto this album is going to be very nice as opposed to the other jam ones. It's going to make it really different feeling. Basically next in 2023, this year, not next year, this year. This is Jam 7. 2023, I have a few albums coming out that have vinyl crackle on it, and I know everyone loves it, and I love it as well. But yeah, like that's because the album coming out in September also has vinyl crackle. Let's see here. Jam Selection Volume 3. Let's get that extension off. I don't like that. Jam 7. Here we go. So we're going to listen to that render one more time. Make sure everything's right. I'm good, a little hungry. I am also hungry. It is, you can see here, it is 1:17. I did not eat lunch. After this, I end stream at 2. I have a class at 3:40, like kind of a neighboring town. It's like a 15-20 minute drive. So I need to go there. But after this, I will do exporting and all of that stuff. I need to get lunch. I need to get a few things together. One of the classes is like a pretty young, like first grade level class. And today we're going to do a craft. So I need to get some paper and stuff together for them. That's what I have post-stream. I need to get some paper and markers and stuff like that and get stuff together. Maybe I'm trying to decide if I want... So part of like the lesson is about clothes and English words for clothes and stuff. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to give them paper with like humans already on there that they can draw on, or if I'm going to just let them draw the humans as well. That one would be easier, but we'll see. Lunchtime. Yeah, it's lunchtime. Yeah. I had a pretty big breakfast, which is pretty normal for me. I like to have a big hearty breakfast. And then usually it is also pretty normal for me to skip lunch or eat a later lunch. Oh, thank you for that follow. I appreciate it. We actually have anonymous follows on here, so if you would like to say something, feel free, but if not, no worries. We are just listening to this final render, this final mixdown. Sounds good. Oh man, who is this? One of these people is a bot. You want to offer promotion for my channel? Really? Nice. No thank you. No thank you. Did that work? Man. Did that work? Is it not? No. Man, my OBS needs to be restarted. Did I ban the right person? I have to follow you. I use your music at my job all the time. Thank you. I appreciate that. That actually means a lot. Thank you very much. So I make music partially for my job, you guys. And so when you listen to my music, I actually use that money. So Spotify very famously pays very little per stream. So it costs like 5,000 or it takes like 5,000 streams to get like $5 from Spotify. Like it's ridiculous, the cost. But I actually get a decent amount of streams. And so I use that from streamers and from people listening to my music. I use that to cover my food budget for my family. So when you guys listen to my music, you actually financially are helping me on whatever platform you listen to. And so I really appreciate it. So thank you so much. So when people say that, like, oh, hey, I started listening to your music, or I listen to your music, thank you. For real, thank you. Listening to my music and telling people about it, that's just checking out my stuff. That's a lot. So thank you. Oh, yeah, we're having twins. Thank you. Thank you, Shadow. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, 2 of them. My wife just had her, okay, what is this? Let's go. My wife just had an appointment. This is the Royal Road chord progression. My wife just had an appointment today, and the babies are doing well. They are healthy. They are growing. She is healthy and doing well. There's no concerns. She is on her way home to rest, which is very happy. And again, with that command up there, I just had some people asking where they can buy stuff if we had that. So no pressure if people, if you don't have money or you don't want to, that is totally fine. But if you would like to buy something for 2 little girls who are going to be born, we have a online registry there that you can check out. Again, I hear like a pretty specific, oh, thank you for that sub. Best plugin ever. What's up, Heartbeat Sensei? It is the best plugin ever. I love this plugin. Like, I don't know why I wasn't willing to spend the money on it until it was on sale, but now I'm using it all the time. Thank you so much for the sub, Vistra. I really appreciate it. And guys, do check out my good friend Heartbeat Sensei Music. He makes like lo-fi jam type streams. He's very talented. And just a friend of the channel. Do check him out. We rated him yesterday, actually. The registry will work even though I'm in another country from you. I believe so, because I believe the websites, it should be linking. So my wife set this up. We'll look at it. We'll look at it together. We set up, it should go to Japanese stuff. And it should go directly to us. I'm wondering right now if my address is on there, but like freaking like whatever. If you, if someone comes all the way to my house, I'm kind of like, from wherever it is they live, I don't know, I feel kind of fine about it. Okay, we'll listen to some music really quick. Let's look. So, where's that link? It's up here. Registry link. Okay. So this is the baby registry. This is my wife, everybody. That's a long, yeah, exactly. Like if you're gonna spend that much money to stock my family, like, I don't know, like there's a little bit of respect there. So you can click these to see the available gifts. We have a parental leave fund, which if you give to this, it just gives us money. Diaper fund, if you give to this, it gives us money. Then we have baby gear that you can buy directly from, right? So you can buy this. Josh, thank you for that resub. After purchasing, click on patch, and then there's like the shipping address. Oh, and look, there's my address. The address does not transfer automatically, so when you buy it, you have to put our address in. And another thing, Amazon Japan, thank you for the lurk, Josh, I appreciate it. Amazon Japan, you have to make a new Amazon account. You can't just use your Amazon America or whatever account. So these are all Amazon Japan. So actually, if you buy them on Amazon Japan and you have our address, that works. Or you can buy this from Etsy. And again, our address is here. So Etsy might be easier for some people. We got Etsy stuff. What is this? Oh, a breastfeeding bag. Amazon Japan. Yes, a lot of this stuff. A lot of people are uncomfortable with Amazon Japan. I get that. Etsy. Ooh, this is from Nordstrom. Do they ship to Japan? I don't know. Ooh, this is from Rakuten. Nice. Okay, so Amazon Japan. I should open this and yeah, I'm already signed in. Amazon Japan, when you make an account, you can change the language to English, Chinese, Japanese. It doesn't change everything to English, but it is enough to help navigate. And also a lot of browsers have like a translate option as well. I know that like not everyone lives abroad, so they don't use those things, but yeah. What's wrong with Amazon Japan? Oh, nothing's wrong with Amazon Japan. Amazon Japan's great. But Amazon Japan, if you have an Amazon account, like with Amazon America or something, you need to make a different account with Amazon Japan. That's just it. And a lot of people like have a hard, they're like, oh, I'm trying to sign in to Amazon Japan and I can't. It's because you need to use your Amazon, you need to make an Amazon Japan account. So Amazon Japan is amazon.co.jp, which guys, I use this all the time. So yeah, anyway, and again, guys, no pressure on getting us anything. That's totally fine. Okay, so this, we're definitely going to be, like, moving around. I actually really love Amazon Japan, and I don't really understand how people have a hard time with it, but I've been using it for, like, 8 years. So I can get that. And also I understand that, like, not everyone is used to, like, trying to navigate Japanese as a language, right? I am. Oof. Man, that is loud. Let's get a little reverb in there. And it sounds like there's already delay. That I put way too much on. Whoops. There's already a delay later on, so I'm not going to add a dotted eighth. And we're going to go ahead and add tremolo before we, like, get out of this and listen to it as a mix. I really want it going back and forth. Okay. That's awesome. I'm happy for you guys. Get all your sleeping out. Yeah, that's... We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yes, that is the plan. Get her sleeping now. I'm actually really excited. You know, this is not our first child. We have a 9-year-old right now. But yeah, the twins, it'll be nice. I'm excited. I'm also we have a son. And so it'll be nice to have some girls in the house. Though we have a Japanese student living with us, Chiho, who has been on the channel quite a bit. And so between her and my wife and my son was like, oh my gosh, now there's going to be 4 girls and only 2 boys in the house. And I was like, yeah, that is right. Gonna get outnumbered. But that's okay. Alright, got this hi-hat. Just add a little texture to it, right? And then, like, the snare. I normally would add, like, a little bit of delay. I don't know that I'm going to on this one. Why don't we just hear it? And don't worry, we are going to mix it right now. Since everything came in at the same time, normally I mix things as they come in and, like, add their effects and everything. But since everything came in at the same time, we're just going to do it all at the same time. Oh yeah, you'll definitely have your hands full. Yeah. It'll be a lot. It'll be a lot. I am aware of it, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm also really excited about it, which is probably a good attitude to have. You know, like I'm excited. Oh, and also, so I'm teaching right now for my wife. I should point out, I'm actually the primary caretaker, the one who spends more time at home, normally. So when we moved here, my wife was a stay-at-home mom. Well, she wasn't even a stay-at-home mom. She was a working mom. And I was working, but then when we moved to Japan, she started working full-time, and I became like the full-time, guardian staying at home with my son. Granted, he wasn't as young as they were. He was 18 months old. But when the babies are 4 months old, my wife and I are going to switch back, and she'll start working again, and I'll start being their primary caretaker. And everyone's like, oh my God, can you handle it? And honestly, I think of like the time I spent with my son when he was a baby and stuff. And I don't know, like there were things about it that were really hard. And I mean, like literally everything I'm talking about is every mother's experience. I want to point that out. Like as a man, everyone's like, oh wow, like what was that like? That must have been so hard for you. Da 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 da. And it's like literally every mother goes through this, but so like it's already a little weird that people are like, being weird about it. But I enjoyed it to a degree, and I don't know, I remember what that was like. So I'm not quite so worried. I was much more nervous about starting teaching my wife's English classes. Now I'm not so nervous about it because I have been doing it. This is the third week, which isn't that long, but like I know what to expect now. But like starting, I was way more nervous about teaching English than I was about dealing with, twins, because I was like, well, I have reference for what that is. But I'm mostly excited. I last weekend I set up their crib. Built. I mean, I assembled it, right? I didn't like build it from scratch. Assembled their crib, and a little bit emotional, seeing where it's going to be and all of that. Flynn is here. Guys, do check out my good friend, the Anchored Albatross. The Anchored Albatross is an artist as well. The Anchored Albatross is an artist who does wood burning. She's very talented. I would highly recommend giving her a follow. Also, a fantastic human being. Fantastic streamer. Highly, highly recommend. I'm hoping to soon be an owner of one of her pieces, actually. You put the crib together, I guess assembled is a good word. Yeah, I feel like assembled is a good word, yeah. If it, I didn't have, the crib was given to us by a friend, so I didn't have directions, so it wasn't that easy, because I had to figure out how to do it without directions. But also, it's a crib, right? It's not rocket science. It's assembling a baby bed. So, also not a big deal. Jam 8. Look at us, freaking cruising, moving right along. You put... No, just one. No. Oh, no instructions. Definitely a big deal. Yeah, no instructions. It was fine. No, just one crib. The twins will sleep together. Apparently that, since they spent so much time together in the womb, them sleeping together is not a big deal. And we have a small house in Japan, so we don't have space for two cribs. So they will be sharing a crib. But as they get a little bit older, we actually plan on... So in Japan, it's also normal to sleep on the ground on a futon. Or in English, you would say a futon. But we think of a futon as a couch that turns into a bed. A futon is a mattress that you leave on the ground, like a Japanese style bed. We plan on moving them to a futon when they're a little bit older, so we're not gonna get two cribs. And then they'll just be sleeping on the floor, right? So we can just have an adult size futon and they can just sleep on that. And again, the reason I'm saying futon instead of futon for you guys is because I feel like futon has a very specific connotation, and that's not what they're doing. They're going to sleep on a futon. I love these quiet parts. I never heard of it anyway. Okay, okay. Here, I can show a picture. Hold on. We get a new. So like a futon. This is like a Japanese futon. It's like a bed like this, where you like lay on the floor and you just sleep on the floor. This is like an American futon, which is like a couch, but then it like this part lowers down, so like this kind of slides and it becomes like a flat bed like that. Like it goes from like something shaped like this to shaped like this, like flat. Yeah, so you can see these are like American futons. Okay, negative 21 even. Nice. So that's negative 7 even. Why you no work. There we go. Negative 7. Let's go. Yeah. But yeah, it'll look more like something like this than, or like this than like this. I love that. Well, futon I have, not the other word. It's the same word, just the Japanese pronunciation. Futon. I love that I'm like showing all of those things and then it's like not even on the correct camera. Why does it do that? Why do I wait until it's on the wrong camera to do that? Yeah, it's the same word. It's just like the Japanese pronunciation versus the English pronunciation of the same word. So in English, the word is transliterated, which means you don't translate it, you just say it that way. You say it with with English letters. So now that it's the right way, again, I want to show really quick. Like it will look more like this or like this than like this or like this. Right? Like not one of these, more like something like this. Right on the money. Again, boom, negative 4. I'm getting real good at that. Let's see. Bounce that. 65. We gonna bounce. Jam 8. Where are you? Jam selection volume 3. Boom. Are they comfortable? That is a loaded question. I like them. I really enjoy sleeping on the ground, actually. Like, I enjoy sleeping as close to the ground as possible. They are firm, right? And you can get, like, a little mattress under them, too. It depends on who you ask. So, I really like them. It is definitely firm, so it's not soft. So, if you like a soft bed, it's not great. It's softer than sleeping just on the floor, but it's not super soft. But also then you like have to have the discussion of like something that's firmer, even though it's not soft and people don't like it, it's actually better for your back. My wife and I slept on a futon for years, but we ended up getting a like Western style bed because my wife does not like it as much. She complains more about her back and her hips from sleeping on it. So we have like a Western style bed that's actually pretty soft. But my son still sleeps on a futon. Chiho sleeps on a futon. And I actually really enjoy it, actually. But yes, it depends who you ask. It also depends on the futon. Like some of them really freaking suck. Like it's like almost like there's not padding in it. So it is basically like sleeping on the floor. So there's that. It depends on the futon you have. Like if you have a nice one or not. And then like my son doesn't just sleep. The futon is like a really thin mat. My son also sleeps on like a mattress that's like a little bit thicker, like that big, that also folds up. So he has like, instead of like just like that much space, he has more like that much space. Yeah, there's always crappy ones of anything. Right, exactly. So I really like sleeping on futons. Not everybody feels that way. So if you were to ask me, I would say I love it. But a big part of that is that I love sleeping on the floor. Like, that's a huge part of it. I like to sleep on the floor. And I don't know why. I sleep better the closer I am to the ground. Like in America, people would get mad because not mad, but just weirded out because I would actually put my mattress on the floor. Like my parents didn't like it. Friends were like, "Why is your mattress on the floor?" And I just liked it, you know? There's something about it I liked being that low. What song is this? Jam 9. This will be the last one. Oh, this one's slow. Ooh, this one's pretty. Okay. Let's get started mixing this bad boy. So again, we have a pad sound. I'm trying to use more of these. It's like, honestly, it's too much. We'll just saturate it like that. And then we'll throw RC20 on. I really love this No More Boring Pads preset. We'll use that. We'll take this off. This off. We don't need the noise. Turn the distortion down. We don't want so much distortion. We just want more flux, you know? We want just more variation in the sound itself. Just to make it sound a little more interesting. This sound also just keeps going, right? And so what we're going to do, it's a 4-bar thing. So we're going to, it's a 4-bar deal, but we'll do 8 bars worth. And we'll tremolo it so it goes back and forth. We'll throw the reverb on, this beautiful, beautiful reverb. Very nice. Oh. Then we have like this short version where it's just going to sound like a little string pluck, which is also very nice. I don't think we're going to use Timeless on here, but I'm putting it on anyway because we will use it at some point, I'm sure. Because of who I am as a person. Maybe. Let's try it. Yeah, it's pretty still. Okay, this is very a very specific rhythm. So why are you bringing it over there? Let's see. Okay, so we'll fade these bad boys in just a little bit, like half a measure. Which sound like this. And you know, this one I want a tremolo also, but we'll do it shorter. A little bit louder. Bass is coming in next. I actually technically can do this without listening because we just do the same. An interesting thing, so one of the things I used to do a lot is I would move the bass. But then I stopped doing that. And I started leaving it down the middle because it's nice. I think I want to, yeah, hold on. Let's hear it from the top. Oh my gosh. Shadow Diamond, you're Musically. That's right. I was just looking at your profile. That's right. Tawny, how are you? It is good to see you. Shadow Diamond, you are that change is a big change. You forgot. I totally forgot. But you know what's funny? I looked at your profile and it says formerly Musically. And I was like, that's right, you did tell me. So I forgot, but then like when I was told, I remembered. Does that make sense? But anyway, sorry. Yes, I forgot. Hi. Hi. I actually know you. Hi. Tawny, how are you? Welcome in. It is good to see you. We're just working on music. What you up to? Stopping by for a quick... stopping in before bed. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we are just doing what we do. You know, making music, making beats, vibing, enjoying each other's company. I really appreciate all of you guys coming in here while I'm working, honestly. Like, it makes it nice. This whole time you thought I was some random person all up in your business? Yeah, I did. Have a good night. Ciao, ciao. I mean, not random, because you know what I did? I checked to see how long you were following. I clicked on your name, and it tells me you've been following since January. Right? So I knew that you're not new, right? So I was just like, okay, like, so this person's been around. Or wait, no, January. That's this month. January 3rd. Yeah, you were not super new. So I was like, okay, this person's been around a little bit, and they're talking to me as if they know me. So probably they do, right? Like, and it's just me. So I just was happy to just chat about whatever. But now I'm like, I know. Sleep well, Tawny. I appreciate you. This is a plucky-ish sound. Maybe we'll use sad piano. We've not been using sad piano. It's so pretty. And yeah, I want it to have those long things. Yes, I've been here before. Yes, I know. Yeah, exactly. We're friends from Audiohub. Yeah. A lot of times I'm playing games and stuff, so I'm normally lurking to whoever they raid. Right. But yeah, no. I mean, I know you. I know where you're from. No worries. Oh, thanks for that follow. We have anonymous follows on here. If you would like to say hi, feel free. But if not, no worries. Welcome in. Appreciate you. Out there. Why is there this here? Want to select that without selecting the route others. Actually, it's fine. Thanks for the hydrate. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, bro, man. I love these quiet parts so much. Too funny you went to my profile probably thinking, who is asking me all these questions? Yes, yes. Well, you know that, and like, it's not always super normal for people to be really engaged the first time or the first few times there somewhere, you know? Like, normally people don't feel comfortable asking questions and stuff like that unless they've been there a few times, and so I couldn't remember. So I was checking to see if you're a streamer. I was kind of just checking to give myself a little memory jog. Like, who is this person? And, you know? It's very pretty. All right. I think that's good. Interesting thing. It's until 66, huh? 65, whatever. We're going to go ahead and master this, and this is the end, guys. I actually will need to go once we're done with all of this. Yeah. I was just kind of like, who are you? Let me jog my memory a little bit. I love that little motif. What's it from? It's pretty. All right, let's see. Open the mastering one. Ba-ba-da-ba. Skip it. Delete that. Let's see. So, again, we're just going to listen. To how loud it is. You're smooth with it too because I didn't know you were doing something else. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking. But when I'm doing a computer-based stream like this, I feel like it's pretty easy for me to be like looking at something and people don't notice. Especially in times like this where I'm just listening, right? I can just do something and check on it and look around. When I'm making music, it's way more obvious because I like don't have my mouse and keyboard out. So I like have to reach over to do something. I love that. Excuse me. this. I like this quiet part a lot, actually. You know what's crazy? So I have this light on, and it was like cold and rainy, but it looks like it's no longer raining. I see sunlight. You can see it streaming here across my desk. How am I supposed to choose the first track of this when all of these tracks are playing? Not all of them. Some of them I'm like, this is, you know, whatever. But there's been a lot of tracks. We've only done 9 of the 20, and a lot of them I like a lot. How am I supposed to choose? Oh, what the opening track is. I like this one, but it's too slow to be the opening track, in my opinion. This would be a fantastic track 3. All right, 22.9. So 8.9 should sound something like this. Man, we gotta crank it. Yeah, see, you can see my setup right now, musically. Or shadow. I have my other monitor right here. So good. That's the studio. Thanks, bro, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is my studio. I was a kitchen table music producer for a long time. I primarily use like portable, smaller groovebox devices. And I started mixing even not on my computer, but on my iPad. And so the majority of my albums I made on my kitchen table or on my couch watching TV, you know, making music that way. I moved into this studio just about 1.5 years ago now. No longer technically a kitchen table music producer. I have a little studio now. That snare really brings it. Yeah, the snare just hits really nicely. I really like it. Nice little pop, which is funny because I have a background in drums, and I did not really love super poppy snares like that. I actually liked really like deep snares, like with a more prolonged, you know, sound. So it's funny to me that when I make music like this, I really enjoy that kind of like a really just like a tight snare. Because when I was playing drums, I was not into it. Yeah, it's sort of hard for me to use poppy snares too. Yeah, see, yeah, it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't into them. Now, maybe I would, right? I have a different perspective. Maybe I would do it. Very nice. Okay. 14.1. It's not like right on the freaking money, but that's good enough. So 66.1, blah, blah, blah. This is Jam 9. Go ahead and export that here. We'll listen to it one more time. And then we got to run, you guys. Got to teach Dad English. I am actually looking forward to this class. Some of these kids today are a little bit much, but they're good kids, you know, and I think that they will like the lesson today, so I think we'll all have a good time. It's awkward. It feels like it might be too strong. Yeah, it's sort of hard for me to use, like, the poppy snares. Maybe. Yeah, and I think it's less forgiving to use a real poppy snare, right? Because you really got to be on it. But, like, I made this in a sequencer, so it's, like, perfectly on it. Right? Are we talking about that, or are we talking about this track specifically? That's my other question. But, like, the, that may be part of it, too, is, like, with that, if it's a prolonged thing, it doesn't matter as much where you, all music in general. Oh, okay, yeah. It doesn't matter as much as where you put it, but if it's real poppy, it's got to be real tight. And I was drumming, you know, I started drumming, in 3rd grade. So how old are you in 3rd grade? Like 9 years old. And like obviously I would like to think I've improved since then, but at that time especially, like, I had definitely had ups and downs with my rhythm and how on it was. Yeah, you got to really commit with the snares like that. No, it's, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I agree. Maybe I would like it more now, but also I think that my drumming style has become a lot more conservative in the sense of that, like, when I was younger, when I was drumming, I was always drumming really like at, like, you know, like 80, 90, 100%, trying to show people how awesome I was. And I've grown a lot as a musician since I was a teenager, and now I don't play like that anymore. So maybe a tighter snare would be something I would enjoy, because I'm not always pushing the envelope, you know? Thanks for coming in, bro, man. It's nice to see you. Oh. Sorry about that. Of course, I love the vibe music. Thank you. I appreciate it. That track turned out really beautiful too. All right. We are done, you guys. We are done. What is it? What is this track? Echo? Yeah, I like this track. All right. So, guys, that is it for the streams for this week as well. So I will see you guys again next week with some more Jamuary. We got some more mixing and mastering to do. And finish up this album, Jam Selection Volume 3. I'm actually quite excited for it. And I hope you guys are too. Bye. Thank you, Shadow. I appreciate it. So, you guys, I have an album out. Or is it just PS? I have an album out. You can feel free to check that out. I have an EP coming out on the 1st of February. Feel free to check that out as well. I have a link there in the chat. Definitely check me out on socials if you want to see me during the week. I post on socials every day, and I'm only streaming a couple times a week now. So if you want to see me and hang out there, feel free to do that. Again, check out Anav. Our Discord link is there as well. The Anav community, I love them all very much. Thank you guys so much for the follows and for the subs and for the resubs, for the raid. I really, really appreciate it, and just appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me. We are going to raid... We're going to raid my good friend, Villager Z, who I've not seen online in quite some time. She actually did the artwork for one of my albums. She's an artist. Not sure what she is playing. Let's look. I'm not even paying attention. What is she playing? She is playing Pokemon Scarlet/Violet. Perfect. You guys know the drill. Raid message 1 for subs, raid message 2 for non-subs. So if you could copy and paste those into Z's chat, I would appreciate it. Get some hype in the chat for her. We love her very much. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Love you guys. Have a good week.